Welcome, everyone. This is the introduction section to the Department of Economics at Warwick. Very pleased to see a nearly full room. That's great. My name is Claudia Ray. I'm Deputy Head of Department for Teaching and Learning, and I'm here to present the Economics Department and what you can expect from studying economics at Warwick within the next 20 or so minutes. Then you're going to have my colleague, Laurie Burrill, who is going to give you the taster session to show you just one of the areas in which we do very interesting research, and that's the second part of this session. And then there will be, in the Arts Center, in the Alan Martin Studio, an area where you can ask questions from members of staff. I'm going to be there as well, but a variety of other colleagues will be there to answer the questions that you may have. And that's the plan that we have in store for you today. So what do we do here at Warwick? We focus on excellent teaching, preparing students for the job market out there, with innovative research, which we also produce. All our teaching is research-led, so we are producing research that is at the frontier of the knowledge of economics. And we also build a diverse, and we are part of a diverse community. If you haven't noticed yet, I do speak with an accent. I come originally from Portugal. A lot of our students come from abroad. Most of them are UK-based, and our staff also is very diverse, as you can see here. So in terms of the share of our undergraduate student body, it's more or less 50-50 from home-based and abroad, tilting a little bit to the home-based. But in the academic side, that's very much lopsided. So 18% UK and 82% rest of the world. My colleague, Laurie Burrill, who will be here speaking after me, she is from Italy, natively from Italy. So why do you choose economics at Warwick? Well, we are a very well-ranked department. Departments need to compare themselves with each other, and so the rankings are important. In terms of the Good University Guide, the latest rankings that we had, we ranked #1 in terms of studying here. Students really like us. In the Complete University Guide, we were 5th, and we are consistently among the top 5 departments in the UK in economics. If you compare it with the world economics departments, we rank 36, which is pretty high. There's a lot of economics departments out there. And finally, in the latest government research excellence framework that was run in 2021, we ranked 2nd. Now, what are the programs that we offer? We offer 3 programs that we manage ourselves, and as you can see on the left-hand side of the screen, those are the economics program, straight economics, where we get most of our students. Then we have 2 joint degrees programs that we manage within economics. The first is economics and politics and international studies. So it's joint with the politics and international studies department. The second is joint with the business school. It's economics and management, and it has just launched this year, 25-26. Then we collaborate as a department, we collaborate with a variety of other departments within the university in a large number of joint degree programs. And those can be, politics, philosophy and international studies, that's PPE. We also have EPP, which is economics, psychology, and politics, and philosophy. See, I always get confused the piece. The BA in Economic Studies and Global Sustainable Development, those are managed by the Global Sustainable Development Department. The Department of Modern Languages also has modern languages and economics, depending on the language that you do. Liberal arts, maths and economics, and finally, MORS, which is mathematics, operational research, statistics, and economics. And if it has an integrated master's, becomes M-MORS. So we, as an economics department, because we are highly ranked, we have a variety of degrees where there's a piece of economics in these other areas as well. In terms of admissions, every year we receive about a little under 4,000 applications. coming from the UK and all over the world. Our offers go about 850 to UK students, 1,500 to overseas students, but in terms of admissions, as I mentioned to you, the flip side tilts towards the UK. So it's about 55% UK and 45% elsewhere. A successful application depends, of course, on the marks that you have and the predicted and actual grades that you end up having, as well as your past academic record and the reference from your school. You can have, and this is new this year, you can have, if you wish, do the TMUA, the test on mathematics for university admissions, but that's optional. If you do not have the TMUA, you can still apply. Okay? So in terms of our typical offer, our typical offer is A star, AA. One of those needs to be in mathematics. And the reason is that our programs are very mathematically demanding. Okay? It's very technical, and there's a transition from high school into university life. And university, this program is quite mathematically intense, and that's why we want students that are strong in mathematics. If you have a good grade on TMUA, your offer may be lower one grade. So instead of an A star AA, you may have a AAA offer. Okay? That's for our normal BSc in economics. Same for economics and management. The demand of economics is slightly lower for the e-PACE program. What's the structure of our programs? So all our programs have a structure within economics that is core, meaning all students need to take these modules. So in the BSc of economics, there's a core module structure in the first year that consists of one entire year of microeconomics, one entire year of macroeconomics, same for quantitative techniques, and that's in term 1, mathematics, in term 2, statistics, and one module that is also core, and this is all for the first year, which is called the World Economy, History and Theory, which I myself teach. So this one is a core module and is on the first year. Then on the second year, you again have micro, macro, and econometrics, full year modules. And on the third year, there's a component of research, which could be a dissertation, students working on a problem, a research questions we don't understand, and they are gathering data to analyze these questions with the tools that they learn in the second year and producing results. So that's the research production part of the degree. But they can also choose something that is called research methods, which is slightly different. So the first one is a year-long module. The second one is half a year, is term 2 only. And it's about looking at a particular area of the literature and making sure that you understand what are the type of questions asked, what are the type of methods used. So it's also very much research intensive, but a different degree of demand. This is the core structure of our degree. Now, within each year, you have space to choose modules according to the taste that you have, either within economics. There's a lot of subfields in economics, and I'm going to mention these in a little bit. But also, you can choose modules from other departments. Okay? So you have options to choose up to 2 optional modules in year 1, up to 2 optional modules in year 2, and up to 7 optional modules in year 3, I'm sorry. We don't take you for 7 years. No, that's not what we do. But the idea is, for instance, suppose that you're very interested in development economics. There's modules that you can choose within your degree that allow you to specialize in development economics. Similarly, if you really like sort of money finance type of areas, there's modules in monetary economics, in finance, that you can choose to make your degree more geared to that type of job, if that's what you want to do after you graduate. Excuse me. Similarly, suppose that you really like economics, but you also like computer science, and data science is a hot area these days. We do have a module in data science ourselves in the 3rd year, but there's a bunch of modules in the computer science department in this university that you may be allowed to take. Okay? So you're not, of course you need to make, it's a degree in economics, you need to make choices that are consistent with the degree in economics, obviously, but you have margin to do choices outside of economics in areas that are related, and they're going to enhance your possibilities on the job market in given areas that you may have an interest in. So this is the BSc in economics. Now for the BSc in economics, politics, and international studies, the structure is similar in these joint degree programs. So there's always an economics component, but the other half of the program is from the partner department. So in this case, for the BSc in economics, politics, and international studies, the economics component is in year 1, economics 1, which means half micro and half macro. Also the quantitative techniques module, which is half maths and half statistics. And then you have the other half from the politics department. In the second year, again, you have economics 2, half micro, half macro, and econometrics, or applied econometrics, and that's the side of economics. And the other side is the politics department that offers. And finally, in the third year, all students, by the way, in the second year, you can choose a pathway in this program. So, for instance, you have exposure to economics and to politics in the first year, and then you really realize that you like the politics side more, so you can choose that pathway in the second year. You still need to make the course of both sides, but your options are going to be more politics-oriented. Similarly, if you have more of a taste for economics, you can choose that. Okay? And the final year, all students take making of economic policy, and they choose options in a variety of areas. And again, you can choose options outside of the economics department if that's what you want to do. For these two programs, the straight economics program and the economics, politics, and international studies, we allow our students to do a year abroad, if they so wish. And this is, some students really want to have the experience from studying outside. Living in a country that is not the one you're used to shows that you are not afraid of challenges, you are actually welcoming possibilities of studying in a new environment, in a different language, living in a different language, and so on. So quite a lot of our students do this. They need to be eligible, they need to have a high average in the first year. We don't want them to struggle. We don't want them to struggle here or abroad. They need to have a language at a certain level, and they need to have a reference letter from the personal tutor. The partnerships that we currently have in Europe, the countries that you see on the screen, and we also have outside of Europe, especially with Singapore, China, Hong Kong, and Monash University in Australia, a very popular outlet that every year we send students to. So that's for the study abroad year. And if students decide to do this happens after their second year and before their final year. Okay? So year 1, year 2, they do it here. They apply for study abroad during their second year, and then they go, if they meet the requirements and we have a place, etc., they go and they return here for their final year in economics. Okay? And that degree becomes economics with study abroad. It's a 4-year degree instead of being a 3-year degree. Same for EPACE. Now, some students don't really want to do study abroad here, but they want to get some experience on the market, on the job market, before they graduate. And they can do that. Okay? So what they do is what we call a voluntary year out. It's again between the second year and their final year. And this happens for students who have opportunities for, say, a 1-year internship before they finish their degree. And it's a possibility that some of our students end up doing. Okay? This is not for everyone, but a few students end up doing this, and that's absolutely fine. For the economics and management degree, things are slightly different. So in terms of the structure is similar. or what we offer on the economics side, on the economics half of the program, is similar to what we offer to EP students. So economics 1 in the first year, and quantitative techniques, economics 2 in the second year, and econometrics, so that's the same. The final year core module in economics is topics explored in economics and management, and then you have the other half offered by the Warwick Business School, both in the second year, in the first year, and options across a variety of areas. This degree does not have the option to study abroad, but there's the option, again, it's not compulsory, but it's the option of a placement year. And that placement year is coordinated by the business school. They have a lot of experience coordinating placement years with their other degrees, and therefore they are responsible for that part of this program, should the students decide to do that. Okay? So that's an approximate intake of about 100. The previous one was about 40, 45 students, and economics between 400 and 500. That's more or less our numbers. Throughout the time that you spend here at Warwick, there's opportunities to do spring weeks, summer internships, and a variety of other things that are going to help you with your career development. So we do have career development services in-house, and a variety of opportunities and resources to help students learn what is right for them. So not everybody needs to do spring weeks, but some people do. Okay, or internships. So that's the idea, and that there's a variety of options that you can check in your QR code. The point that I want to make with this slide is that there are resources for you to explore and available to help you should you want to go in this direction. There's also a variety of student societies at Warwick, a lot of them, and I'm just putting the ones that we in the economics department partner with for a variety of events. And that's, I just want to call your attention to the Economics Society, which organizes the Warwick Economics Summit, which in February brings a variety of world-famous economists to campus. They claim, and this is definitely true, that it's the largest student-organized event in economics in the world. And in fact, they bring every year. I'm amazed at the quality of the speakers they bring into campus. Our teaching is research-led. As I mentioned, this is a research-led department, and as such, we have a variety of research groups, that's what you see on the right, that each of them is going to have modules that they offer to our students, which they choose as optional modules. Okay, so and you can look at the list of modules. I'm not going to bore you with details of the names of modules, but each of these areas within economics offers a variety of modules, and especially the micro-theory and the behavioral group is something that you're going to have in the taster session today. So you're going to see one of the options that we offer. But, the organization of the teaching is, of course, in lectures, and these are large halls that seat about 500 students. But those large groups are then broken in small classes of 18 to 20 students. Some of the technical classes, math, solving problems, etc., may be a little bigger. But that's how we organize the teaching, so lectures and small classes. Then assessments are also varied. We have straightforward closed book exams, we have presentations, we have tests, multiple choice, non-multiple choice, essays, research projects, and the idea is to, yes, test the students on the materials that they are here to learn, sure, but also give them a set of skills that they're going to need when they go, say, on an interview for the job market for a job where they have to speak to 1,200 people, for instance. So the idea is that, for instance, having class presentations when they present in front of 18 students, that should be a less scary environment, but that hopefully prepares them to speak in front of people they don't know. And they may end up in a job that they need to speak in front of people that they don't know. So that's just a skill that you develop, and that's, we believe that the earlier you start developing this skill, the better for you. So, and that's what we do here. We really let students to tailor the degree to their goals by the many options that they can choose, but also prepare them with different employability skills that are going to be beneficial for them, not just to do well in this program, but to do well in their life after Warwick. Research is a big important component of our teaching. Beyond the research that students are exposed to within the many optional modules that we offer them, and the research that they themselves do, either by doing a dissertation, so that's the research in applied economics, or a thorough literature review, that's the research methods in economics module in their third year, they have options to do research outside of the classroom. And that's, there's a variety of student conferences that students can present their work. Many of our finalist students' dissertations end up getting presented in these international conferences, but they can also join the undergraduate internship scheme for economists, which is basically several of our colleagues in the department have ongoing research programs where they may hire research assistants, and therefore they are contributing to a project, not of their own, but they are learning how research is done. Similarly, the undergraduate research support scheme is the other way around. They work on an idea of their own, and they get support from a faculty member. Beyond that, we have a network of academic and pastoral care support for our students because we want our students to do well. So before they arrive at Warwick and when they get here, there's a variety of resources, say in terms of covering maths or writing, academic writing, or settling and adjusting into university life that is available for them. But beyond that, and I tell this to my students every year, every member of staff, every person that they see in a classroom in front of them, maybe in a large classroom environment of 500 students or just 18 students, every academic member of staff has 2 hours of office hours a week, right? And they are there to answer queries from students. May it be queries on the module that they teach, or they are academics, they are used to academic life. I receive a lot of queries and I help students talking about, what should I do to apply for master's programs? What are the modules that I should be choosing now for in 2 years to apply to master's programs? This is standard type of advice that we are very used to, but students may not, and we are here for them. But beyond advice and feedback hours, there's library support, there's revision sessions before exams, there's study skills sessions that help students manage their time, academic writing, whatever it may be. Okay? So we are here for them. That's what the message I want to pass in this slide.